Hey folks, hello, 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 hello. It is unbelievably so. It's November 20th. How can that be? I don't know, man. It's pretty crazy, right? It's pretty crazy. But apparently, it is November 20th, 2000 whatever, 2020. Let's get rid of 2020. Hope everybody's doing well. Everything is good here. I am once again in the studio, live, hanging out. And I'm going to play some music for you tonight and take some questions and see what's up. So I missed everybody last week. I was in the studio. I was doing a session with my friend Robin Ford, wonderful guitarist here in Nashville. And we were in there doing our thing. Wonderful saxophonist, just moved to town recently as well. A guy named Bill Evans, who some of you may be and likely are familiar with. They both played with the great Miles Davis back in the day. And so we were in the studio together. I was telling them, I said, it's never been a situation where I've been in a room where I'm like, of all the people in this room, I'm the only guy that never played with Miles Davis. And but that was certainly true that day. And Miles would have been one of my favorites to play with. So let's see. This thing that I'm playing behind me right now is a little thing that I just wrote that I'm going to do some recording on here in a little while for you. But I think I'm going to play a couple of funky things for you. And something brand new and something I've been working on for a while. A couple different things. So that one doesn't have a name yet, but we'll talk about that one in a little bit. So this next thing that I'm going to play is it's a tune that I wrote on a live stream one time. And I've recently renamed it. I've done a little work on it. I believe it's called Bird and Magic. Some of you might get that reference, which would be Magic Johnson and Charlie Parker. No, I'm just kidding. Larry Bird, of course. So this tune, I just added a couple of parts to it tonight. I'm going to get bass on it. I'm going to... well, there's a bass player in particular here in Nashville that I like to get on it. And so we'll see if that works out. But I don't want to put the cart before the horse. I've learned from Rashawn, never celebrate too early. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I do want to say hi to my mom. I think she's checking this out tonight. Hey, Mom, love you. Hope you're doing well. And I'm gonna tie into my Facebook account, so there might be a little doubling of my voice here for just a moment. Right? Okay. And so this lets me see some of the comments and whatnot. So yeah, can we see a live stream with you, Dave, and Carter? Yeah, I heard that those guys did a little duo thing the other night. That's pretty awesome. I knew that it was going to be happening. I did not get a chance to check it out though. So anyhow, let's see. All right, I think I'm going to play a little music for you, and hopefully you can hear it. We're going to give this a little shot here and see what's happening. I've got my buddy Alex on the other end of things here, so if something goes terribly awry, he'll let me know. All right. So this one is called Bird and Magic. Okay, I'm gonna start it again because I want to give you guys a little bit more level. Hang on one second. I changed some levels the other day, and so let's try this again here. Like I always say, man, you get what you pay for, and this is free. Here we go. Oops, here we go. I really mean it this time. Wait, so are you guys not hearing this? I'm thinking you're not hearing this. Hang on one second. Let's see, you're plugged in. Coming from there. All right, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Hang on. I know this will work, all right? So I'm gonna go without the headphones, and I'm just gonna give you sound straight out of the microphone here. This will work. Here we go. All right, so I think we finally have sound. I don't know why we didn't have it earlier, but we didn't. you try to figure these things out. You're just like, I got the right cables, I've got everything plugged in correctly, and then it doesn't work. But there's always a plan B, always a plan B. So that tune is called Bird and Magic. Again, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, back in the day, the heyday, the heyday. I see some people from Brazil on here. Hey, Brazil, what's happening? New Brunswick, y'all are all over the place, aren't you? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking it out. Roberta, what's up? Yes. So let's talk about this tune a little bit. All right. So as you can tell, there's some flute on there. There's some C flute and some bass flute. There's actually a pretty cool bass flute part. Check this out. Just the bass flute part. Right, so there's a little bit of kind of vocalization going on also. And then the regular, the C flute part, the regular flute, is this. I got a little bit of delay on there also. And so in the groove itself is from my buddy Derek Phillips. He's got a bunch of really cool drum loops. And that's DERREK Phillips, PHILLIPS. And it's just the drum loop that I put underneath it. And this is that. There's a lot of reverb on it. It's not my reverb, just a lot. Oh yeah, I guess it is kind of. Okay, there it is. Right, so we've got that. And for those of you who are engineers out there, when or doing any recording, panning, is when we kind of spread the tracks left to right. And so I usually put the drums like 80 and 81. So it's kind of like this, sort of, it's kind of like this, okay? Sort of like that. Straight up and down would put everything in the dead center. So I kind of move them off to the left and right. And then what I did is I'm going to mute the C flute, the bass flute, and the drums. So then what I have underneath all that is actually really cool. And I'll show you those instruments in a second, but check this out. Right? And then in the middle section, almost sounds like a train whistle, right? Okay, and so those instruments are these bottles, all right? What I did is I filled them up to a certain level, found the pitches that I wanted, and then played them. That was basically it. So this is what it comes up with. So those are the three parts right now. It's the bottles, I guess 4 parts. The bottles, bass flute, C flute, and the drum loop. So check it out again. I'll play you just a little bit of it so now that you know what the sounds are. Right, so that's it without the C flute, without the melody. Galicia, I just saw someone from Spain on here. I've been to Galicia. They have amazing music over there. They have this, I mean, you guys already know it because you live there. But for those of you who haven't been to Galicia, they have this music that has bagpipes and bass clarinets. And I can't remember what it's called. If you know what it's called, please let me know. It's some of the most beautiful, wonderful music I've ever heard. So anyways, we're gonna put the C flute back in so you can kind of hear the whole thing together again. funny how it goes on and on. It's nice to it's nice to crank the music in my room here. I got some really nice PMC studio monitors in here, and they sound amazing. Got a little subwoofer under my desk, so I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. So anyway, so that's that's that tune, and that's kind of how it was put together. And I'll get some bass on there and some different things, and so that's Bird and Magic. I'm going to cross that off my list here. I wrote down a little list of some stuff that I want to do for you guys. So the next thing is it's actually brand new, and let's see if I can find it here. I have what's called a Kalimba. You might know it as what's called a thumb piano. And it's an African instrument. I'll show it to you. It's this instrument here, right? And so there are tines on it that when you strike them, they're all different, different sounds. So the pitch moves on these. The pitch moves on these when you move the little pieces. Okay, I'll show you here in 1 second. All right, so this piece right here. If I pull it down, if I can pull it down. Doesn't really, okay. If I push it back up, right? So where the bar is here, that's kind of like a fret, all right? And so there's, they have these little pieces of metal here also that will vibrate. It's like a little buzz. Everybody likes a little buzz. And so anyway, so on this tune, I decided I was going to play some Kalimba, and there's a couple of different sections of it, and the whole thing is about 10 minutes long. So yeah, maybe I'll just play it for you. And somebody asked if I could turn the screen around, so I'm going to do that, so you guys can see the tracks as they're going, right? And so, excuse me, as you can see, there's a bunch of tracks on this one, and I will try to scrunch it up a little bit so that it's a little easier for you to see. And I just had my friend come over and play some bass on it last night. And so the first part of it is pretty quiet, and so just a couple of minutes long. And then that'll kind of bring you back into the other part of it. All right. So, let's see, this doesn't have a name yet either. It's a brand new tune. I just started working on it this week. I started to be so close there. My God. So here we go. I'm going to show it to you again so you can follow the tracks, and we'll go from there. Oh, yeah, so I put a little record sound at the beginning, too. Check it out. So this is two parts. I'll close up on these a little bit. If you see the cursor right here in the middle, that's where we are, obviously, hopefully. bass clarinet and bass flute there. I'm using Pro Tools also. That's what this program is, called Pro Tools. Okay, and so that section fades out, right? Bet you didn't expect that. Huh. This doesn't even have drums on it yet. Just a loop. And this shit is gonna be funky! So then I laid down a soprano solo. So there's a modulation coming up. We change keys. Right here. Boom. Gonna get some percussion on this. Some other drums, some keyboards, maybe guitar. So another modulation going back to the original key. And this will kind of taper out my solo. It's just kind of a placeholder for now. There'll be another solo here. So there'll be another solo. And then I ended up putting in some some parts on the behind part coming up here. She'll get to hear. Right here. Almost like synth parts, you know? That's the bass flute, that ascending part. Boom, 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 boom. It's I'm flutter tonguing on the flute also. That thing. Look at this low kalimba thing. Check this out. Yeah, go on, Don. Move it. Move it if you got it. What's up, Chris? Hey, Lana's family, what's up? So that's where it's at right now, and I'm gonna get some other drums on it also, and I've got some ideas. So that's brand new. Just been working on that this week. Just put the bass stuff down yesterday. Zay, what's up? How are you, man? Hope you're doing good. Miss you, buddy. And so anyway, I've been, I like to mess around with stuff that's just kind of within my grasp here in the studio. And the Kalimba was over there, so I thought, well, what the heck? We'll see what happens there. Also, if you guys have any questions, you can, put them into the chat area there. And my buddy Alex will put them in another document for me, and we'll see what's up. Hey, Craig Spencer, how you doing, buddy? So let's see. Let's go. Man, let's go a little down tempo here. You know, I'm going to play this new thing that I just wrote before the session, actually. And I was going to record it. I mean, I can still do that, actually. I think I will. I was going to record. And let's see, as long as yeah, I can make this work. So what I'm going to do, I've got this handy dandy little chart right here written out. It's in concert pitch, meaning that I wrote it on the keyboard. I'm going to play it on soprano. Providing my pads aren't sticking all over the place like they were earlier today. Okay, so this tune is, as I said, brand spanking new. And I'm going to play it, and I'm going to record it also, so that we can hear it afterwards. And so I think, you know, I may wait until the second chorus to come in. So if I do that, let's see where we are here. Okay, that's where I'm going to come in. And so then I'll play the whole thing for you after that. It's pretty short. It's only like 2.5 minutes long. And so let's give it a shot here. I'm going to bring the volume up on the track. Okay, I think this is right. Wish me luck. I have no idea what I'm doing. But all right, here we go. I've got a click track going also. Here we go. 2, 3, Actually, you know what? I'm not going to have the click track because when we listen to it, I don't want to have the click track in there. Okay? Do it one more time here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, It just kind of fades out from there. So let me listen to one thing here. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to mute that part. All right, so let's listen to the whole thing down, and you'll be able to hear when I come in. And I'm going to put a little reverb on my sound because I can. And I'm going to take the reverb off of, well, I'm just going to bring it down in the Wurlitzer. Okay. All right, let's see what happens on this one. Here we go. tracks. Oops. Okay. Somehow I just turned on the flashlight or the flash or something or other. So anyhow, so that's the beginnings of a tune. That's again, it's not even an hour old yet. And so we'll see where that one goes. Somebody said something about a Pink Floyd vibe. It certainly could go that way. I mean, you have, very possibly. I was listening to some Floyd earlier this week, and I remember the first time I heard "Dark Side of the Moon." I was in college. I remember it had been on the charts for like 300 and some odd weeks. It was I think it still holds the record for the longest charting album in music history. And I remember thinking, like, wow, man, here's a record that's been on the charts for over 10 years, and I've never heard it. And is that right? 360 months, I don't know, 100 years, 400 years, however long it had been on, my math is terrible. However it had been on the charts, I had never heard it. So I went out and I got it on CD, and came home and listened to it, and was so blown away, man. I was so blown away. And I remember, I was in a really peaceful state listening to it. And, and then the bells are chiming, and I'm a bell freak, man. I was in heaven listening to these bells, right? And then all of a sudden, man, you that know the record know where this is going. The alarm bells started going off. And I about went through the wall, man, because I was in this really beautiful, just very chilled out place, and those alarm bells hit, and I was like, oh my God, what is that? And it scared the crap out of me. And but man, what a brilliant record. And I remember there were a couple of times when we were out with the Flecktones that we tried the Third Lion's Roar and Wizard of Oz and played the record. It's uncanny. If you haven't done it, I'm telling you, try it. Try it out. Check it out. See what you think. I'm not saying that that's what they did, but I'm not saying that's not what they did. And so anyhow, try it. Try it. You got to try it once. All right. So I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to answer a couple of questions, I guess. Maybe, let's see. Lawrence Anderson, some of the pictures you've been posting have been absolutely beautiful. Thank you very much. On my Instagram account. Follow me on Instagram, y'all. I don't follow anybody on Instagram. I apologize in advance for that. But it's just kind of my special place that, you know, I don't have to you know, deal with the aspects of anti-social media that I don't like dealing with. And so Instagram is the one place that I just get to post cool stuff. The U.S. flag and the 2 trees with fellowship filter specifically. Have any of your pictures inspired any music? Yeah, you know, everything inspires everything for me. My music inspires my photography inspires my music for sure. I think of music very compositionally. And I'll show you guys a couple of things I took earlier today. So I've been using this Tintype app, which I really dig. And so I was out cleaning my yard earlier today and came across, you guys are gonna laugh when you see these. I came across some really interesting, like dried grass. It was in this kind of circle, almost like a, well, when I held it up, it kind of had the shape of a face, kind of thicker at the top and kind of shaped down here. So check it out. I'm going to flip my camera, right? And I'm going to show you up here. I'm going to go ahead and open one of these up. I think maybe you can see that, right? So it's just a piece of dried, it's not grass, it's like the stalk of something, you can see, right? I'm gonna, here, let me move this over a little bit better so it's not at an angle for you, right? And there's a few of these. So there's that one also, which is pretty cool. That one that I just showed you. That one I really like. That one's okay. I'm not so crazy about that one. It's all right though. I really dig that one a lot, actually. You know, you can see. Here, I'll pull this back a little bit. I have to use. I could use like 2 more hands. That one also is pretty cool. I love with the beard. It's kind of entwined with the twig or whatever it is, and so then this you know, just looks like I have mutton chops on that one. That one's pretty cool also. That one was in front of my garage door, like the entryway. Looks like I'm in some kind of head rack. And that one I dig a lot too. Right, they're pretty wild looking. So this is an app called Tintype. And again, so, you know, it was just a piece of decayed like a stalk off of a some plant that we had grown in the garden, and so I thought I'd use it as a prop. Okay, so thanks, Lawrence. Thanks for that question. Ryan's wondering what kind of mic this is right here. This is a Shure microphone. Sure it is. This is a KSM 44, which is a large diaphragm condenser mic. It's a fantastic mic. I usually have it over my drums, and which are over here. I say my drums, even though I don't play them. They are my drums. And but the microphone is really great. I've been using it for about the past 7 or 8 months for pretty much everything I've recorded on saxophone. And so it's an SM Shure microphone 44. Yeah. Ben Sheely, you have a question. One tiny problem I have with improvising is that so many ideas come into my head that I feel I must get them all out before time runs out, and my solos sometimes sound like a person rambling. How do you deal with that? Well, man, that's, you know, We all have diarrhea mouth sometimes when it comes to improvisation. Taking inner breaths is really important. Here's the thing that I tell all my students, man, you don't have to play every chord change. If you're improvising, if you're playing a tune, I basically assume that you know the chord changes. I don't want to hear all of them, And so when you're playing, you have to give people time to assimilate. And so one of the ways that you can do that, one of the ways you can practice that is, let's say that you have like a 24 bar tune. Make a grid, okay? Like, let me get a piece of paper. If you make a grid with 24 blocks in it, right? So let's say that you have 6 blocks down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 blocks down and 4 grids across, right? Like this. You just have a basic grid, all right? Charya. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Do you ever play a bass clarinet? You just saw the question, but yes, I have a beautiful low E flat Selmer bass clarinet that I adore. I love this instrument. Okay, so back to the improvisation thing. If you have a 24 bar tune, right, 24 blocks, so each of these blocks represents a bar. Randomly, put some X's in there, right? And by doing that, okay, I just put randomly a bunch of X's in those boxes. Those bars you can't play in, all right? So this is a really great way to practice leaving space in your solo. So as you're playing along the tune, like especially if you have the tune memorized, which you should, but even if you don't, you can put it up, next to wherever it is that you're playing, and in those bars, just don't play, and that will teach you the habit of leaving space. So Ben, that's a great question, Ben Shealy. I want to let you know also that I'm doing a workshop, a clinic online tomorrow, and Ben, this might be a great thing for you to tune into. Any of you are welcome. It's free. It's from the Boston Sax Shop. I won't be in Boston. It will be virtual. I'll be here in my studio. And it's at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 Central. And you have to follow Boston Sax, at Boston Sax on Instagram. And I'll be on there talking about a bunch of cool stuff. I'll be playing a bit, taking some questions. So again, 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 o'clock Central, 11 Mountain, 10 a.m. Pacific time. On Instagram, live on Instagram, at Boston Sax. It's the Boston Saxophone Shop. And I've got Jack's password. I'm going to hack in there. Look out, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys will join me. I'll put some more stuff up on social media about it as well. Eddie Fernandez, Ben, I hope that helped, by the way. Eddie Fernandez, what digital interface are you using with Pro Tools? I'm using all Apollo, Universal Audio stuff. So it's pretty great. Is Yuko on here? I just saw somebody say, hi, Yuko. Is she here? Yuko, are you here? Hello, Yuko. Hello, Yuko. I don't know, maybe she is, maybe she's not. But everybody say hi to Yuko anyhow, if you get a chance. So yeah, Eddie, so I'm using all Universal Audio Apollo units. I've got 2 of them. They're great. So yeah, good question. Sean Hanratty, what have you been listening to recently? Well, I've been listening to a lot of my own music recently because I've been recording a lot. I've been doing some mixing and a lot of composing. I've been checking out the new Christian Scott record, Axiom, which is really incredible. And let's see, I've been listening to some Tom Waits. Let's see, I'm opening my Spotify. Some Ornette Coleman, some Cameron de Isla, the Jolly Boys, some George Garzone, some Cat Stevens, some Gillian Welch, John Schofield, Joe Lovano, ton of stuff. I've been listening to some classic rocks. We painted our deck the other day, And so I had a classic rock thing going on there for a while, which was really fun. And so it's been kind of all across the board, you know. Let's see, Doug Cormier, you had a question. Hey, Doug, hope you're doing well, my friend. Do you use any of the top chart songs that you hear, making it your own, changing up the parts or some notes? You know, not really. I don't really even know what songs are at the top of the charts. I really don't listen to a lot of pop music. You know, I don't really do covers. I don't record standards. I've only done one standards recording over the years called Shout It Out. And you guys can check out earuprecords.com to see a bunch of the recordings that are out there. And so yeah. So, you know, check it out, earuprecords.com when you get a chance. And the album of standards that I did is called Shout It Out, Spirit Music. And I hope you'll check that out. Scott Self, Jeff, shout out to my good friend Virginia, who's joining us for the first time. Hey, Virginia. What's up, Virginia? How are you, Virginia? Welcome, welcome, welcome. What are the odds of any touring next year? Who knows, man? We'll see. I have not heard yet. So I'm hopeful. I think that everything is still in the pipeline, so we'll see. I don't know. It's always got to be safety first, of course. My fingers are crossed. I miss everybody. Miss touring and miss being out on the road. So we'll see. Don't forget Sleigh Ride. I won't, Eileen. Sing along, everybody. It's a Sleigh Ride sing along. I do have a Christmas record, 2 Christmas records actually. One is called Slay What, that you can check out. It's also on Ear Up Records called Slay What. And there's also a single that I did with my good friend Chris Walters called Santa Digs Me. And it's very tongue-in-cheek and really fun. Chris is playing piano and singing on it. So yeah. Nicholas, do you still keep in touch with your coworkers, like Mr. Matthews? Of course. Yeah, we all text each other pretty often. And so yes, we definitely keep in touch. Thanks for checking it out. Hearing you live is amazing. It's my favorite. Thanks, Nicholas. I appreciate it. So you guys in Alpine and Chicago, thank you very, very much. All right, y'all. Well, our time is coming to an end here. And so I'm going to leave you with a tune that I wrote a little while back. I entitled it Ruthie, in tribute to the great Ruth Bader Ginsburg. RBG lives on in spirit. So I think this is yet another flute tune. And I had my buddy Jonathan Wires come by the other day and put some electric bass on it. So you haven't heard this version of this tune. Yeah. Oh, Tamara, you have a question. Hi, Tamara. How are you? Any favorite quarantine recipes? Man, I just made this great thing last night. I can't remember the website. Vegan Eats or something. I can't remember. Anyways, it was Black Dal, D-A-L, Black Dal. It was a really great Indian recipe. And as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to go in and have some more of it. It was really fantastic. Let's see, one last question. Alicia, what do you miss about the tour bus? LOL. Nothing. I miss nothing about the tour bus. I miss the people. You know, I love being on the road. I love being in different places. And I mean, the tour bus is fun. You know, there's food all the time, which is, you know, if you're hungry, you can snack. And, usually Rashawn and Buddy are on there and I miss them. So, I mean, I guess that's what I miss about the tour bus. I miss the people and the food, but I really miss the people. So anyways, here's Ruthie, and we'll go out with this. And I'm going to flip the camera around. Bye. Love to you all. Take good care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I should mention also that one of the reasons I do this every week is to help raise money for local Nashville musicians. You can go to itastudiostreams.com. Almost forgot my own website. itastudiostreams.com. And there's a PayPal link there if you want to donate. 100% of those funds go to local Nashville musicians, whether it's through recording or through live gigs or sometimes appearances on here. Anyhow, I appreciate it. We're up over $10,000 on that. And I think Alex just put up the link. Thank you, Alex. Anyhow, we'll get to playing some music here for you, and I'll be back next week. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I will be on the day after Thanksgiving, hopefully with some new music for you and some different things. So again, love to you all, and lots of peace. Take good care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And without further ado, here is a tune for you called Ruthie, and I hope you dig it. Sure have had a good time hanging out with you. And hey, Mom and Leoko, if you're checking it out, love you guys. Hi, Yuko, and anybody else out there that I'm missing. Talk to you soon. Peace out. That's right, Eddie. Yeah, now I get bass on it. Hey, Terry, what's up? That's Jonathan Wires on the bass. Thanks, Don. Uh-huh. All right. Well, there it is. We've come to the end of another night. And thank you all so much for tuning in. Thanks for checking it out. Thanks for hanging. And sure to have a good time showing you some new music and talking about stuff and taking your questions. And we'll use this for a little background music now. All right, so I'll see you next week. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. And be good to yourselves. And stay safe out there. This thing is still running rampant. Wear your mask. Wear your mask. I'm going to put mine on right now. I'm going to put it on. All right. Love to everybody. Take care. We'll see you soon. Peace, y'all. Bye-bye.